So if you do heavy, you can soft feint into shield tackle, you can do zone there. There we go. You can also now dodge out of it. Now guarantees a light when it lands. As usual, that light that you have here leads to sweep. It is now 500 milliseconds.
Take it slow.
Looks like it's sweeping time!
My turn.
In case you missed it, the testing grounds that are helping kick off the new season feature reworks for both Valkyrie and Tiandi. In my opinion, both have made the heroes stronger, but Valkyrie's definitely feels a bit more unique. She still has all variations of her 3-hit chain, but loses her 400 MS chain to top lights, and also loses her back dodge into all guard. As compensation, her sweep has been sped up, and she can get into her all guard and shield tackle after a forward dash, or soft feinting the second part of her zone attack. The heavy soft feint to shield bash has also been replaced with the soft feint to full block and shield tackle. Like Conk, it's a good tool for catching parry attempts or dodge attacks, however unlike Conqueror, you can dodge out of it, giving it more versatility. Releasing Guard Break throws the bash and guarantees a light attack with a heavy animation and 20 damage to match that leads directly into your finishers. Even if you whiff the bash, you can follow up with the second chain attack to beat a dodge to Guard Break. Of course, you could always just feint the shield bash as well. It's actually a super risk versus reward mix-up if you're playing against someone that knows how to counter it, simply because the best way to counter the bash mid-chain isn't dodging or dodge attacking, but just guard breaking. Obviously though, if you're wrong, you're eating a heavy. I think it's a really unique mix-up that's fun to play with and against, but I just think the 20 damage light attack might be a little too high. The sweep and her finishers, however, is still a lackluster mix-up. Just because the attack after a bash looks and feels like a heavy, it's still a light, so the follow-up finisher lights can be dodged. And sure, the sweep is sped up, it's easier to land and harder to punish with a dodge and guard break, but the heavy doesn't always catch dodges, and feinting into light doesn't really either. I know a lot of you hate the dreaded orange-blue mix-ups, but I honestly think as a 3-hit chain finisher, it's warranted here in Valk's case. If it's any consolation, I'd also reduce the damage and revenge feed from the bash and follow-up light like I mentioned earlier. I'm not sure if this is intended, but off a guard break and throw, the sweep being faster means it's actually guaranteed. Unless I'm somehow butchering the dodge timing. It's the same damage as the neutral heavy and it doesn't refill your stamina like Sense Eagle's Talon or Yorm's Hammer Slam, but the sweep gives you an extra bit of range to land some otherwise too far away ledges. The only other change I didn't mention is that Valkyrie's dodge and dash lights are now enhanced, meaning even if somebody blocks them, she can continue her chains. I think TG or no TG, that should just be something that is now live. I think any dodge light needs to have some kind of property to make it kind of worthwhile. Overall though, Valkyrie is a lot better in ones, ganks, and team fights, although as I kind of alluded to a second ago, she does tend to feed a lot of revenge. But with a little tweaking, I could see this rework making it live. Oh, consistent with other full block updates, she no longer loses stamina while holding the all block and actually seems to regain a bit of stamina whenever blocking a zone attack.
I'm gaining stamina! What? I'm gaining stamina! What?
What? You're sucking my stamina!
And there's also a funny little camera bug whenever another Valk zone attacks her all guard. Maybe it's the same with other zones, but that's the one I tested. Otherwise, those are all the noteworthy changes. She still has superior block property on her opener lights and dodges as well, so don't forget about those. I'd argue while Valk's rework is more fun than Tiandi's, it's definitely not on the same power level, but I also think Tiandi might be slightly overtuned in the damage department. But that is the Valk rework in a nutshell and my opinion on it. What do you think of the Valkyrie rework? What would you change, if at all make any changes? Or do you just want this to be pushed live? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to thank you for watching and thank my Patreon supporters, especially Shadow and TheRookieVA. Have a good one, and I will see you on the next video.